hear from a distinguished member of our alumni community. And we're very fortunate today that the address will be delivered by Mr. Alok Kulkarni. Mr. Kulkarni is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Cyara, a global customer experience leader delivering flawless customer experiences. Founded in Melbourne in 2006, Cyara is now headquartered in Silicon Valley and supports Fortune 500 companies and other major global enterprises. Prior to Cyara, Mr. Kulkarni led solutions engineering at Genesis for the Asia Pacific market and held roles at National Australia Bank, NEC and Lincoln Scott. A passionate entrepreneur and innovator, he holds more than a dozen patents relating to integrated testing technology, speaker authentication and automated chatbot testing. He is presently a member of the Forbes Technology Council, advisor to several startup companies and a board member for the Indus Entrepreneurs Melbourne, a global non-profit supporting and mentoring entrepreneurs. Mr. Kulkarni holds a Masters of Business Administration in Entrepreneurship and Technology from Melbourne Business School and a bachelor's degree in Electrical and Computer Systems Engineering from Monash University. Ladies and gentlemen, I have much pleasure in inviting Mr. Alok Kulkarni to deliver today's graduation address.
Honourable Chancellor, Mr. Simon McKeon, President of the Academic Board, Professor Chris Davies, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Professor Elizabeth Croft, Deputy Dean Research of the Faculty of Information Technology, Professor Ann Nicholson, members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, my dear graduates. I'm so honored and humbled to be invited here today to deliver this graduation address to you on such an important and momentous occasion in your lives. I'm also thrilled to have my family here today, my wife Buena, my mom Revati, my dad Gopal, who could not attend my graduation ceremony 25 years ago, and my mother-in-law Beryl. Our two boys unfortunately couldn't make it here today, but hopefully they're watching the live stream at home today. Hey guys. It takes perseverance, hard work, and determination to follow through and complete a degree. It's a wonderful achievement, and you all should be very proud. I'm sure you've all been well supported by your loved ones, many of whom are here today. So let's put our hands together to thank our loved ones and also congratulate the graduating class of 2019. Monash has a very special place in my heart. My entrepreneurship journey began right here 25 years ago. I was literally sitting where you are today. But my road to arriving here at Monash was not simple, or an opportunity that I took for granted. We migrated to Australia when I was just 17 years old, and I went straight into year 12. Melbourne was our new home, but I had no friends. Family or contacts? Everything was new. It was exciting, but also scary. We rented a 2-bedroom apartment, and we were grateful to get all our furniture from the Smith family charity. When I was 7 years old in India, I distinctly remember the dejected face of my cousin's son when his dad told him he couldn't afford to send him to pursue tertiary education. This was heartbreaking for him, since he was a really smart kid and had dreams of achieving more. That memory was forever etched in my mind, as is a constant reminder of the privilege I've been given to be able to pursue my education and dreams. Therefore, I was elated when I got my preference to study computer systems engineering at Monash. It not only served as a foundation for my career, but the Clayton campus also helped me mold my new identity in Australia. I forged new friendships here, and many of those friends have become like my extended family. I deeply identified with the Monash motto, Ancora Imparo. I am still learning, as well as those countless Dolly Parton ice cream sundaes we used to have at the Union Cafe. Those were always worth the long walk from the engineering building. So, in 1994, with a burning desire to make a dent in the universe, accompanied by my bachelor's degree and a passion for technology, I decided I wanted to be a technology entrepreneur. What I want to talk to you about today are the three things I feel have served me well in living that dream. 1, the importance of setting life goals. 2, having the grit and backing yourself. And 3, being a lifelong learner. At the end of my degree, I wrote down my first life goal on a piece of paper, along with the date at which I wanted to accomplish it by. I also wrote how I would measure its success. I wrote what I was willing to stop and start doing to achieve it. I used to place this paper under my pillow and read it every day. On that paper, I spelled out that I wanted to start my own company, and I wanted to do so while retaining my values and my commitment to my family. Setting a life goal is crucial, as it serves as your North Star. When you have a clear goal, you begin to spot opportunities that arise along your journey. In my case, my first opportunity came, and the first step towards what I'd written on that piece of paper came in 1996, when I secured my dream job as a software engineer in a very innovative and successful global Japanese firm. That's when I met another engineer who would become my business partner. Lewin was super smart, hardworking, humble, trustworthy, and we shared similar values. I knew we would create a business one day together. I saw the opportunity to write a Windows-based practice management software when I visited my GP locally. They were still using old school paper. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it be great to build software to automate this paper-based system? So Lewin and I built this software. One of my MBA friends, who was a doctor, gave me a lead. We took a projector, we presented it to him, and never heard back. I told Lewin, building things isn't enough. We need to get help to sell it too. As we didn't have any sales skills yet, for the next startup, we got a partner on board who I didn't know that well. He told us that he had a ready customer base for a hotel management software, a domain he knew quite well. So we pivoted our medical practice management software into hotel management software, and we were in business. However, the sales were flat and not enough to support us. We had failed yet again. This time, we learned a few more lessons. We hadn't done our diligence in the target market that we were trying to establish the software in, and it was critical to develop the sales skills ourselves. So we decided that Lewin would focus on keeping up with the technology, and I would focus on the sales and business development skills. We still held our goal to have a successful tech startup. 5 years passed by, and Lewin and I continued to gather experience in our full-time careers. I made sure to take on more sales-oriented roles. By this time, Lewin and I were working for the same global contact center technology software company. So when you have that crystal clear goal, it's truly remarkable that opportunities come your way. So here I saw an opportunity to create contact center testing software to deliver a better customer experience. It was a safer bet. We both knew the industry, and it was essentially going to deliver a tremendous value to our customers. However, by this stage, my wife had left her career to look after our son, and we had another one on the way. We had a large mortgage, and I was earning a good salary. Lewin was also in a similar position. So doing the third startup meant there was a lot to lose. This brings me to my second point, having the grit to back yourself. In these moments of vulnerability and the fear of failure, you need to dig deep to continue to pursue your goal. I distinctly remember the conversation I had with my wife, without whom I wouldn't be standing here today. We both knew it was time to take that final step and to pursue this opportunity. But it meant leaving the security of my well-paid job behind. She said, "What's the worst thing that can happen? If it fails, we'll need to sell our house and start again. We are both educated and we can resume our careers. We'll be okay. But if you don't try, you'll regret it for the rest of your life and always wonder, what if?" I knew what I had to do. It was our ultimate goal, our dream, and we had to take that leap of faith. So, whether you're professionally employed or trying to start your own business, it's important to learn from your failures and have the grit to get up again. You need to back yourself. Take the leap when opportunities arise. This time, Lewin and I built a prototype, and I also found our third founder, my friend Bonnie, whom I met at Melbourne Business School. After 2 failures, we finally started to see success. We had product market fit, and the business scaled. Cyara is now the world's #1 SaaS platform for customer experience assurance. We're headquartered in California and backed by Silicon Valley investors. Our customers include some of the world's most recognizable brands. We've brought amazing talent to our team, and it's truly humbling. So, with a clear North Star and grit along the way, the words I'd written on that slip of paper came to fruition. Some of you may already have a clear goal, a spark in your mind, or a passion in your heart. Or for others, you may have some exploring to do before you find your inspired path. Wherever you are in your journey, it's important to set those goals, define what success means for you, and have the grit and determination to see them through. This brings me to my third and most important point. Be a lifelong learner. Today might mark the end of your degree here at Monash, but don't let that be the end of your learning. Take that motto, Ancora Imparo, to heart. The thirst for knowledge and growth is its own passion and will bring exciting opportunities your way. My journey to success at Cyara followed failures. With each failure came enormous growth, both professional and personal. I have a hunger for knowledge and continue to learn every single day. I'm constantly reading books and soaking up information from many sources, including podcasts, YouTube, audiobooks, and blogs. My wife reckons I'm the king of Hollywood and Bollywood gossip. But seriously, I read a wide range of topics from business to health to spirituality and everything in between. Being in technology, we also know that it's constantly changing. In fact, back in the days when I was working and earning my MBA, I taught myself another programming language during my commute on the train. It was this knowledge that enabled me to get my next job. So commit yourself to being a lifelong learner. It will serve you well. The final thought I want to leave with you today is to dream big. You will achieve whatever you set your mind to. The only thing stopping you is you. There has never been a better time to be in technology. As graduates of engineering and information technology, you are entering a workforce at a time when technology is disrupting and transforming every industry today. The opportunities are limitless. So, honor what you have accomplished here today. Set goals, have grit, keep learning. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, live as if you were to die tomorrow, and learn as if you were to live forever. Congratulations, and thank you.
Gee, I'm glad I came to this graduation ceremony. Why do I say that? Because I had a little chat with Alok before the ceremony started, and I made the mistake of just asking him about his company today. Sure, it employs 150 people. It's located in 3 major centres around the world: India, Silicon Valley, here. Very prestigious track record, accomplishments. But I had no idea about the pathway that Alok and his company, his partners, have taken to get to here. There are many people who, in Alok's shoes, give very fine graduation addresses. Wonderful number of points, strong points, good advice. But Alok has shared with us today a deeply personal story. We all saw that at the outset. Alok, I grew up in a part of Melbourne which had many families like you. And some of my friends today still have, just like you had today, the courage to talk about those vulnerable times and the struggles that you had. You had 3 goals for us today. Firstly, to start your own company. That may not be the goal for each of our graduates, that's okay. But you did have a clearly defined goal for you, and you were certainly encouraging each of our graduates today to work out for themselves what a realistic goal for them is. You emphasised the importance of learning from failure and the importance of due diligence, doing the necessary work to work out what market you're in, what are the opportunities. Goal number 2, dig deep, back yourself. Great sporting analogy here, but it does require sometimes searching deep within you to see how far we can test ourselves for a goal that we really want to attain. And your 3rd goal, which resonates so strongly around Monash University, the importance for all of us in this room of lifelong learning. No one should tell us what we're going to learn, but we should all tell each other the importance of continuing to stretch our minds in whichever places we think is appropriate. And you've summed up by simply saying, dream big, because so often we get in the way of what we might be able to do. That's been an absolutely wonderful and very personally powerful address, so thank you, Alok, for sharing that with us.